When we talk about the first fish, I want you to understand that this isn't just food. It's an instrument of longevity. This fish is at the center of some of the longest living cultures on Earth. When researchers traveled to those regions and studied people who were not only living past 80, 90, and even 100 years old, they found something extraordinary. These people weren't just surviving, they were thriving. They were walking, laughing, working in their gardens, telling stories with clarity and memory intact. And when scientists dug deeper, one of the common threads woven into their daily lives was this fish. It is often called a longevity powerhouse because of the oils it carries inside its flesh. These are not ordinary oils. They are not the fats you fear or the ones that weigh you down. These oils are living medicine. They keep your arteries supple, your blood flowing, your heart steady, and your mind sharp. They whisper instructions to your cells to fight back against inflammation, to quiet down the fires that damage tissues, to shield your memory from the erosion of time. Now think about this. Every single day, the average person eats to fill their hunger. They eat without strategy, without purpose, without thinking about what their food is doing once it enters the body. But when you eat this fish, you are no longer eating just to survive. You are eating to extend the quality of your years. You are making a conscious choice to invest in yourself. And that choice compounds, just like money in the bank. Each meal becomes a deposit into your future, protecting you against the decline that so many assume is inevitable. I want to pause here and talk about something deeper. There's a psychological truth at play. As people grow older, many begin to accept a narrative that their energy must fade, their memory must weaken, their strength must vanish. They believe age alone is the enemy. But what if the real enemy is neglect? What if the body, like a well-built machine, only breaks down early because the fuel it receives is poor? This fish is a form of superior fuel. It reminds the body of what it was designed to do: repair, resist, and rejuvenate. When seniors eat this fish regularly, something remarkable happens. Joints feel looser, stiffness fades, circulation improves, and even the weight of fatigue seems to lighten. The mind begins to regain sharpness, clarity, and focus. And I want you to realize that this isn't just biology, it's empowerment. Because when you feel your body responding, when you feel strength returning, you begin to rewrite your own story. You start to believe again that life has more to offer, and you have more to give. There's also a philosophical beauty in this. For centuries, humans have looked to food as medicine, as ritual, as a connection to the natural world. Somewhere along the way, modern culture replaced that wisdom with processed convenience and empty calories. But when you bring this fish back into your life, you are restoring that lost connection. You are reminding yourself that food is not simply a chore or a pleasure, it is a decision that shapes your destiny. Each bite is a message, telling your cells whether to weaken or to fight, whether to decline or to thrive. I want you to picture this clearly. Imagine two people, both 75 years old. One has ignored the signals of the body, eating whatever is quick, cheap, or familiar. They shuffle slowly, their memory fading, their energy gone, their spark dimmed. The other, at the same age, has nourished themselves with foods like this fish. Their steps are steady, their eyes are bright, their laughter still strong. The difference is not luck, it's choice. The body rewards what you give it. And here's the final thought I want to leave you with. You are not powerless against time. You are not a victim of age. You are the architect of your own health, and your daily choices are the tools you build with. This first fish is not simply a meal. It is a declaration. It is you saying, I choose to fight for my mind, for my heart, for my life. And when you make that choice consistently, you move into the rare group of people who refuse to surrender to decline, who prove that strength and clarity are not bound by a number on a calendar. So when I call this the longevity powerhouse, I am not exaggerating. I am telling you the truth hidden from most. This fish carries within it the potential to extend not just the years of your life, but the life within your years. And the only question left is, will you be part of the 99% who never discover it or the 1% who decide to act? Now let us move to the second fish, the one I often call the silent protector. Unlike the first fish, this one does not have the glamour of popularity. It's not celebrated on restaurant menus, it's not the centerpiece of television cooking shows, and it rarely carries a high price tag. In fact, many overlook it simply because it appears ordinary. But sometimes the most extraordinary gifts come in the simplest forms. This fish is a prime example of that truth. What makes it so special is not just its protein, although it is a clean and highly digestible source of strength for the body. What sets this fish apart is the dense concentration of nutrients it contains, nutrients that quietly, consistently, and powerfully defend the body against the forces of aging. This fish is loaded with essential minerals, B vitamins, and antioxidants that go beyond just keeping you alive. They sustain your energy, they stabilize your mood, and they give your immune system the tools it needs to defend you against daily assaults. Imagine for a moment what happens inside your body each day. You breathe air that is not always clean, you eat foods that may carry toxins, you experience stress that creates internal chemical storms. All of these forces create tiny sparks of damage inside your cells, what science calls oxidative stress. Over time, if left unchecked, those sparks spread like a slow burning fire, weakening tissues, damaging DNA, and accelerating the process we call aging. But here is where this second fish becomes extraordinary. It carries within it compounds that act like a fire brigade inside your body. They rush to the site of damage, neutralize the sparks, and restore balance before real harm is done. That is not just biology, it is philosophy in motion. It is proof that nature has always provided what the body needs if only we pay attention, and yet most people don't. Seniors especially are told that fatigue, brain fog, and weakness are simply part of getting older. But I want you to consider the possibility that those feelings are not age. They are deficiency. They are your body's cry for the missing nutrients it was designed to thrive on, nutrients found abundantly in this humble fish. Think about how empowering that realization is. If fatigue is not inevitable, if brain fog is not destiny, if weakness is not guaranteed, then suddenly the story changes. Suddenly you have control because you can nourish your body with what it has been silently begging for. That is the psychological shift this fish can create. It tells you you are not finished, you are simply undernourished. And once you restore what is missing, vitality returns. There is also a deeper, almost spiritual lesson here. The world we live in often teaches us to equate value with flash, price, or prestige. The expensive item must be the best. The complicated solution must be the answer. But life and health often work differently. Sometimes it is the quiet, inexpensive, uncelebrated choice that carries the greatest power. This fish teaches us humility and wisdom. It reminds us that greatness is not always loud, and health is not always hidden in a pill bottle or an expensive treatment. Sometimes it is right there, in an ordinary food that most people walk past without a second thought. I want you to picture this clearly. A senior who eats this fish regularly is not just nourishing muscles and bones, they are protecting memory, strengthening resilience, and guarding their very DNA from damage. It is like placing an invisible shield around the body, an armor that does not show on the outside, but one that makes all the difference on the inside. Over weeks and months, that shield translates into more energy, fewer illnesses, sharper thinking, and a body that resists decline. And this is where philosophy meets reality. Every meal is a choice between decay and defense. When you choose this fish, you are not simply eating, you are actively defending your future self. You are taking responsibility for the years ahead, and you are choosing strength over surrender. That is a powerful act of self-respect. And it is one of the most important decisions you can make as you grow older. So while the world may overlook this fish, while it may not carry the fame of other foods, I tell you with complete conviction, it is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Because it does not just feed hunger, it nourishes the very blueprint of your health. It is proof that sometimes the simplest choice carries the deepest impact. And here is the message I want to leave you with. Aging is not just about what time takes from you. It is about what you choose to give back to your body. This fish may look humble, but it is a silent guardian working every single day to protect you from the inside out. The only question is, will you overlook it like the majority do, or will you embrace it and allow your body to thank you in ways you never thought possible? Now we arrive at the third fish, and I will tell you honestly, this one may shock you the most. It is not just food, it is a weapon. When scientists began studying it, they found something remarkable, compounds within this fish that can actually help the body cut off the fuel supply to disease. Think about that for a moment. This isn't just about giving you protein or energy. This fish has the power to help your body starve illness before it ever takes root. Imagine what that means. We live in a world where disease seems to be everywhere: heart conditions, diabetes, memory loss, even cancer. And yet here, hidden in plain sight, is a fish that arms your body with defense mechanisms you never thought were possible. It does not simply react after the damage is done. It anticipates, it prevents, it blocks the pathways that would otherwise weaken you. In simple words, it is food that fights for you. What makes this even more astonishing is how ordinary it seems. People see it in markets, they walk past it in grocery stores, they never realize the potential resting inside it. But when you put this fish on your plate, you are igniting a silent army within your body. Its oils and bioactive compounds flow through your blood, telling your cells to build resilience, telling your vessels to stay flexible, telling your immune system to be alert. It is food as instruction. Food as command. Food as power. Now, let's step back and think philosophically for a moment. For centuries, humans have searched for the fountain of youth, that mythical source of vitality and longevity. Some chased potions, others prayed for miracles, others looked to science for a pill or a treatment that could extend life. But what if the fountain was never hidden? What if it was on your dinner plate all along? This third fish is a reminder that nature itself holds answers far more powerful than we often recognize. We search for solutions in complexity when sometimes they are waiting in simplicity. And here's the deeper psychological truth. Many seniors believe that decline is inevitable. They feel that their fading energy, their aching joints, their slower steps, their weakening memory are all part of the natural script of life. They surrender to it, not realizing that food like this fish could help rewrite that script. Think about the difference between resignation and resistance. One says, "This is just the way it is." The other says, "I still have power. I still have choice. I will not surrender easily." Eating this fish is more than nutrition. It is an act of resistance, a refusal to accept decline as destiny. The beauty of this fish is how deeply it connects body and mind. On the biological level, it feeds your cells with vitality, shielding you from disease. But on the psychological level, it gives you back control. It reminds you that you are not powerless, that aging is not simply about what is taken from you, but about what you choose to protect. Every meal becomes an affirmation. I am worth defending. My body is worth defending. My life is worth defending. I want you to picture a senior who brings this fish into their life consistently. Over time, their body begins to feel lighter, their steps quicker, their energy steadier. Their mind feels clearer, their mood more balanced. And while others around them may complain of weakness, they are discovering strength. While others believe the best years are behind them, they are proving that vitality can still grow even in later life. That is the kind of transformation this fish makes possible. But here's the challenge. You cannot experience the power of this fish if you simply know about it. Knowledge alone does not heal. Action does. Too many people listen, nod, agree, and then go back to their old habits. And habits, if left unchanged, will always lead you back to the same results. So the question is not whether this fish works. Science has already proven that. The real question is, will you act on it? Will you choose it? Will you let it defend you? And I will leave you with this thought. Your body is not waiting for medicine to save it years from now. It is waiting for you to make the choice today that will shape those years before they arrive. This third fish is not just food. It is a shield. It is a defense. It is a declaration of strength against decline. So the next time you stand in front of your plate, remember this truth. Every bite is a message to your body. You can choose surrender, or you can choose resistance. You can choose weakness, or you can choose strength. You can choose to fade quietly, or you can choose to fight for vitality. This fish gives you that choice. The decision is yours.